Hi everybody, it's me, V. I'm here with a project share. This video is intended for adults, so if you are not 18 and older, this video content is not for you. So I'm going to share with you something I have been trying to work on. Last year, I had used, and I'm going to show you very quickly, we had done a Hocus Pocus party for the grandkids. And I had used these treat boxes from the Dollar Tree. And I had created jack-o'-lantern treat boxes. Unfortunately, I don't have mine to share with you. There's a lady here that sells on Marketplace different kinds of crafting things. She sells dies, stamps, material, you name it. So anyway, we have become friends because I buy a lot of dies from her. Now, another thing, you guys, I buy a lot of dies from her. They come unmarked. So if I don't know if they're duplicates or from a major company or not. I also have a resale store here. And sometimes, like this one right here, I'm lucky enough to find out who the die is made from. Sometimes when I buy something, it don't say who it's made from, anything. So I never know, and I just say from my stash. There are some dies that I have bought. I haven't bought from Ellie in like forever, but sometimes I will. I used to buy from Ellie all the time. So if I don't know who a die is from, that's what I mean by that. But anyway, so for this project, I did use these again. And last year when I had made the treat box, you could still put treats in it, but underneath is where I pushed the little tea light and the little box is lit up. And you can go back in my channel and look at the video. So I had wanted to do a hanging banner for Halloween and one for autumn. And I am working on the one for autumn now that I just finished this. Actually, believe it or not, I just finished this yesterday. So I also had purchased from Scrap Diva Designs. Now, the jack-o'-lantern face, which I just had. What did I do with it? Well, is a Scrap Diva design. Oh, there we go. It moved. Of course, I'm working this one-handed. I'm going to pause you for a moment. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. So, I had used the floating pumpkin face die. I'm going to call it a floating one. It is not called that. I'm calling it that. And the reason I call it that is because I really like this die because you can kind of place it in places that you normally can't. And a lot of dies are that way. But I was able to place it on the center of this pumpkin without ruining the rest of the actual treat box, if that makes any sense. Probably not. I don't explain things right. So anyway, for this thing, I'm going to show you what I used. I did use the jack-o'-lantern face. And last year when I had made this, I don't know if she ever saw my video, Erica, who is Scrap Diva Designs. I had suggested that she make a scarecrow face, a snowman face, and a gingerbread face. So maybe she didn't see it, but that would be so cool if you could do these floating faces. I would definitely get them. The other thing I used was, where's this sunflower die? For the flower on the center right here, I used this die, but as you can see, it just embosses the center. It's still a great die, but I wanted the center to match my flowers from Scrap Diva Designs. And so what I did was I punched out the center piece, and then I used my circle dies. I used this one to give me the scallop to kind of sort of look like the one from Scrap Diva. And then I cut down the center because as you can see, it punches it out really big. Even on the small sunflower bag topper. Look at the difference right there. So I just placed the die in the center after cutting that out in black. And then I used the smaller die in the center of this one, this small one, to give me a hollowed out middle. And then I used this one right here to cut out the center there. For the letter, I used this Sizzix Shadow Box B in the letter B from Sizzix. And there's the number. And I cut out the layering in gold. And then this one in the black. I had just enough. And if you look up here, see that beautiful paper on the leaf? I literally had scraps. I had just enough to cut out 2 leaves and then some smaller leaves and then the letter B because I wanted it all to go. And then I used these jack-o'-lantern, not jack-o'-lantern, I'm sorry, Japanese or Chinese lantern dies, and I cut them out in gold. And then I used this leaf, this little bitty leaf, to cut out the black little leaves. And I wanted this to go with Halloween, to look darker. So I went with black, a lot of black. I inked a bunch of stuff in black soot. Even the acorns, I inked them, which I used this die and for the smaller one. And I wanted acorns in there. The paper that I used for all of my flowers is kind of like this, it's weird. I don't know where I got the ones that I made these flowers out of. So when I went to Hobby Lobby, the one that they had was a tad bit redder. And, sorry, I have to put my water bottle there to hold this in place. So I just inked it up really good. I used, again, the black soot on all of it to make my flowers look dark. Although, there are sunflowers. It's an autumn mix. An autumn beauty, I think is what it's called. And I do grow them in my garden. They're so beautiful along with the bright, pretty yellow sunflowers. I love sunflowers. They're one of my favorite autumn flowers, along with chrysanthemums, mums. And I did make some mums, but sadly, they were too big to fit on there. I needed a smaller scallop die, but that's okay. I'll use them in something else. And now, when I had thought of doing the banner, I didn't know what I was going to put on the edges, but Scrap Diva came out with these wonderful dies this month. And I'm making a mess here. I'm trying to do this one-handed. I'm sorry. She came out with the Fall Leaf Mini Album. And you guys, there is all of her information. Now, for some of it, I used Anna, her code. And she did some amazing projects. And I also used Carol 10. You'll have to go to Anna's. I'm trying to remember what Anna's code was. Oh, I can't remember. I'm so sorry. But anyway, if you go check out all the other ladies making creations with these beautiful dies, and they'll have their code, especially the design team members. So how awesome. Go help them out. But that's what I did. And again, here's all her information. I used only the leaves in the Leaf Mini album. I used the Sunflower Mini album. Now, the little part, the little square you see back there, that is the part for the mini album. I only used all of the flower set parts. I used the large sunflower bag topper. I only used the flowers and the centers. And I also used the small sunflower topper, and I only used the flowers again. And so I'm going to share with you very quickly what I did. So up here, now, if you could see the back of this, because I had to reconstruct it twice, because the way that the lights hung, it didn't come out right. And then using hot glue on the lights, I didn't do that quite right. I had never done this before. So it looks like Dr. Jekyll or the mad scientist was back there doing something. But that's okay. It hangs against my, it hangs on my china hutch. And I wanted it to hang like that on my fireplace. But because of the way the light thing switched right there, that side falls forward. So this has to, it can't just hang freely. It has to hang like it's hanging against this board. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. So if I'm going to turn this, don't you come this way. If you can see all of the wonderful layers. I used foam. I used thick glitter paper back there. And then I used that. And there's lots of foam in between. I used the black or the gold paper. Then the black, lots of foam. I really, really layered these flowers. I mean, they're thick. There is the large, that's the mini album. That is the large bag topper. And don't you dare come forward. And then right here in the center is the small bag topper. That is the sunflower for my stash. There's the pine cones, the black leaves, the Chinese lanterns. I used some of this foam. Right here you can see where I used, and what did I do with it? Let me grab it. Honestly, I don't even know what this was for. But I like that it's, you can't see through it. I think this was the window cling. That's what this was. You peel off the back and it sticks to your window so people can't see in your house. But I had a little piece left over. So what I did was I cut out, what did I do with that oval? I had it and I lost it. Anyway, there's a larger size to that oval. What I did was I cut that out and put it behind. And then I used the smaller one to cut out the window. And because I had to use the larger one because the face is, of course, is larger than the letter B. And that is where I used the die, the layering die with the Sizzix one. Where it gives me that. I wanted to spell out again the word boo. Using the B and the faces as O's. And again, I'm doing an autumn one. But I really like the way that that came out. I hope you guys go check out the little treat boxes I did last year. And there's the other side. And just using ribbon from my die. I might have already mentioned that. I tend to repeat myself. But you guys, look how cute that came out. So, I'm going to give you a quick little sneak peek. When you use this leaf die, it punches out the edge, the edge right there, and then it punches out the center. So when you punch it out, it punches, here's the outer part, and then here's the inner part. And they just fit right inside. So what I did was I cut it in gold. I just need to finish punching out all of it. And this is going to be the autumn one. Here is what it's going to look like. And I'm going to put the little plastic on the back side. And then put the lanterns on the bottom. And that way I can spell out the word autumn and the letter autumn. And I'm just going to use a smaller A to go inside of there. And it'll spell autumn. And then it'll hang as well. And I do want to use my sunflower dies again from Scrap Diva Designs. Only I want them more of a brighter yellow. A real pretty yellow sunflower. And I think that'll look so pretty. So, you guys will have to come back and do that. Now, I decorate from October 1st to October 31st in Halloween. I only, last few years, I only do the inside, so I don't have to put up much. I got rid of all my outside. You guys, candy is so expensive. Oh my gosh. I'm not doing that no more. And I don't have kids that go trick-or-treating anyway. I do it for the grandbabies. But, so everything is Halloween, and that's why I wanted darker colors. I used the black soot to really edge everything. And like I said, you know, the pumpkins, I edged them all in black soot. If you look at the pumpkin, look how bright it is compared to that. So I really went to town with that black soot. Had a lot of fun. And then, of course, November, I take all the Halloween stuff and I put up pumpkins and leaves and scarecrows, gourds. I do my little fall tree. I got my Halloween tree up and everything. It looks so cute. I love it. So, you guys, I hope you guys like this. Let me know what y'all think. And Erica, if by chance you happen to see this video, I hope you design a scarecrow face, a snowman face, and a gingerbread face, because I am on top of that. Yes. So you guys, I hope everybody has a blessed day. I hope again that you guys like my little creation, and we'll talk with y'all later. Bye.